Hi, my name is Edmeades, and I'm really excited about recording this video because I'm coming back to Stockholm. Only this time it's going to be different. What I mean by different is many of you at this point will have seen me speak about business, entrepreneurship, business freedom, inception marketing, and I love speaking about business. And one of the reasons I love speaking about business is this. What's one of the first things that suffers if somebody's business is taking over their life? Their health. Isn't it true? If somebody is working way too hard, if they're stressed out, if they don't have time to plan, then they certainly don't have time to go to the gym or work out or plan their food properly. They end up eating bad food, processed food, fast food. They just have to on occasion. I mean, just this once, only just this once becomes a habit, right? And so I am really excited that this time when I come back to Stockholm, we're going to be talking all about health. And here's why. 20 years ago, I had none. I was not healthy. I was vastly overweight. I was about 16 or 17 kilograms overweight. I had debilitating stomach cramps, consistent headaches. I had cystic acne. I had throat and nose infections, nasal sinus infections that were so severe, I hadn't breathed through my own nose in probably 10 years. I was a sickly kid. And if any of you grew up like that, you'll know, you just kind of think, oh, well, that's who I am. That's the way I live. In fact, I went to doctors thinking, well, maybe they could prescribe some drugs that could help. And they gave me all kinds of different prescriptions. I could try this cream on my face, and then that cream, and this scrub, oh, and this pill, and that pill. Pills of all different colors and shapes and sizes. Nothing was helping. In fact, finally, they go, hey, you know what? Let's give you injections. Injections will help. Nothing. Until finally they said, you know what we're going to do? It's your tonsils that are to blame. We're going to cut them out. And I said, hey, if they're causing all this, let's get them out. Let's get them out right now. And I agreed to get them out. And we scheduled the surgery. And then here's where I was really lucky. Before the surgery got scheduled, a friend of mine came up to me and said, I think you need to make some changes. There's a couple of lifestyle changes I'd like to recommend to you, and I think you want to take them on board. And luckily, this friend had a lot of credibility with me, and so I made the changes. 30 days later, my life was radically different. Here's what I mean. I had lost 35 pounds or say 15, 16, 17 kilograms in a month. My entire facial structure had changed. My sinus infections completely went away. I woke up one morning and I breathed through my own nose for the first time in 10 years. It was actually a little painful, but yet it felt really good too. All of my symptoms went away, and I became, rather than this previously overweight, sickly guy, I became a fireball of energy and vibrant living. It just changed my entire identity. And it made me really curious and maybe a little angry. I was thinking 10 years of going to visit doctors and all these pills and injections and nothing helped. And yet one friend comes up to me. He didn't even have a clipboard or a stethoscope. He was just a friend. And he said, hey, make a couple changes. And those changes radically changed everything for me in a month. And so I took that curiosity and I started reading and studying and researching and asking questions. And what's really funny is sometimes you're asking all these questions, right? I had this huge curiosity, and I was reading something completely unrelated to my curiosity. I was reading an article about when they have animals and they take them from the wild and they put them in captivity. And what was really fascinating is it turns out whenever you take animals and take them from the wild and put them in captivity, here's what happens. They develop the same diseases we get. They get cancer, they get heart disease, they get diabetes. Isn't that interesting? And as I'm reading this, I'm going, wait a second now. I've been looking for some answers. And here's this article that I thought's unrelated, but it's noticing a pattern. And the pattern is take animals from the wild, put them in captivity, and they get the same diseases we're having all the time. So in other words, we're living in captivity. We're eating what we're told to eat. We're taking the drugs that we're told to take. We're living the way we're told to live. And 1 in 3 of us will die from a heart attack or heart disease of some sort. Another 1 in 3 of us will get cancer. And as it now turns out, something like 1 in 3 of us will end up developing diabetes. So we're in pretty serious trouble from a health perspective because we're in captivity. And so suddenly I started thinking about this. I thought, well, wait a second now. If you wanted to fix this, what you'd need to do is go and find out what our lifestyle was like in the wild. I mean, that's where nature evolved us, right? That's where our lifestyle evolved. And if we can get back to that lifestyle, perhaps things get better. Only how can we do that? I mean, do you have a time machine? I don't. Well, it turns out you don't need a time machine. First of all, I read countless books. I studied human history. I even went to study archaeology at university for a short time. And then I was offered an unbelievable golden opportunity to go and stay with some Bushmen in Africa. And by Bushmen, what I mean is proper hunter-gatherer bushmen that are living right now the way humans lived for almost all of human history. Long before agriculture, long before the Industrial Revolution, long before processed foods and fast food and all this stuff. We're talking about people who truly live off the land. And I got a chance to go stay with them. And now I've been back and visited with them many times and learned a huge amount from them. And here's one of the things I observed. Every living thing on earth has a diet. A leafcutter ant has a diet. An elephant has a diet. The Richardson's ground squirrel has a diet. They all have diets. Humans, on the other hand, go on diets. We go on the Atkins diet. We go on the South Beach diet. We go on the this or that diet. Humans go on diets. Everybody else has a diet. And I started thinking about that. I thought, no, Homo sapiens has to have a diet. And here we are with these people living in the wild, and they're living it right now. And as a result of all this research and as a result of this time with the Bushmen, we ended up creating a brand called WildFit. And it's a series of methodologies and understandings about human history, evolutionary medicine, nutritional anthropology. And so what I want to do is share with you some of these principles because I think you're going to find it exciting. Here's how you should know if you should come when I come back to Stockholm in early December. If you are the least bit interested in losing or gaining weight, if your weight is not where you want it to be or your body composition is not where you want it to be, then you definitely want to come. If you find that you need more sleep than you're getting, then you absolutely want to get there because here's the thing. How would you like to wake up after much less sleep than you get now, charged and full of energy? Would that be nice? How about if you feel like you'd like to have improved sex drive? Because here's the funny thing. When you are living in accordance with your design, when you're living in accordance with your natural diet, sex drive naturally improves. How about this? Would you like to be able to think faster, have better memory? Absolutely. The fact is that anything you want to achieve in life requires energy. And what's going on right now is most of us are living diets that are draining energy from us, not adding energy to our lives. And so I'm going to share with you some really powerful and easy to follow principles that can radically improve your quality of your experience of life. Even if you're thinking, well, I don't need a weight loss program. No, it's not a weight loss program. This is an energy program. This is a lifestyle program. This is about having the best possible quality of life you can imagine. And it's so much fun. This talk that I'm going to do is going to be very interactive because I'm going to present to you some of the great stuff that we discovered. I'm going to share with you some really cool stories of experiences we had with the Bushmen. And then we're going to have Q&A. I'm going to answer your questions and we're going to delve really deep. You're going to have a great, great time. So I look forward to seeing you in early December in Stockholm. I'll see you then.